Good morning, Darren Daily community. Producer Mariana here. Today, we have another special episode where we go one-on-one with Darren. This is an excerpt from a private interview session with Darren that we are sharing exclusively with you here on Darren Daily First. The question Darren was asked today focuses on his international best-selling book, The Compound Effect. So get ready for some gold nuggets. Got your Darren Daily journal ready? Great. The question that Darren was asked was, can you explain the theory behind the compound effect and how it applies to building and scaling a business? Let's hear what Darren had to say.
Yeah, well, you know why I wrote it, right? I just taken over Success Magazine, and it was my job basically to kind of figure out, what was it that was keeping people from being more successful? People who had a sincere, earnest interest and desire to do more, to become more, to provide more to their family. What was constantly derailing them? And when I looked around at our culture and our society, I just got pissed, really. Why people like your own team members, why the clients to your advisors, why are they constantly bombarded and distracted? What is it that's keeping them from being able to realize their great ambitions? And I found that there's kind of like two evil enemies in our culture that is constantly distracting people. And one is just it's marketing gimmickry, right? It's the magic bullet, the secret formula, or the quick fix to success. We're constantly being bombarded with ever increasingly sensational messages about how to get rich, how to get fit, how to get sexy, all overnight with very little effort for only 3 easy payments of $39.95. And these marketing gimmickry messages are constantly derailing people off the path of what it really takes to be successful. And then the second one is the sensational news media, nothing but tragedy porn that's constantly pouring into our family rooms, into our offices, into our airports, and into our cars, and into our news feeds and so forth, where these purveyors of what's horrid in the world, they're looking for the worst, the most scandalous, the heinous, the murderous, the most awful things that are happening in the world, and then they're bombarding us with it morning, noon, and night in order to try to grab our attention so that they could sell their Geico or Crest toothpaste commercial, right? Meanwhile, in this world, millions of wonderful, miraculous, and amazing things are happening in the same 24/7, 365. But we never hear about it because it doesn't scare us into attention, which is where the if it bleeds, it leads principle comes in. And the problem is, what we see and feed our mind shapes our perspectives of ourselves, of the world, of what's possible. It informs our expectation. And then that drives our creative engine based on what it is that we have been feeding ourselves, right? Garbage in, garbage out, and so goes our life. I remember interviewing Mario Andretti, the world famous race car driver, and I asked them, I said, what is the number one tip that you would give anybody if they want to become a world-class race car driver? And Mario said very flatly, don't look at the wall. And I'm like, really? That's the best tip you could give me to becoming a world-class race car driver? He says, oh, it's a very important tip. He says, where you point your eyes is the direction that your car will go. And if you look at the wall, your car will end up in the wall. And I said, wow, that's a really important tip. And that's true of our lives. Where you point your attention is the direction your life will go. And if you point it towards all the tragedy porn that we're constantly being purveyed to try to scare us into attention so they can monetize your attention, that's the direction your life's going to go. And so it is one of the great evil empires of our society. And so the truth about success, the core fundamentals, I wrote the book to return us back to that baseline, right? Why is it that talented, smart, hardworking people are still failing? Why are members of your team having a hard time keeping themselves on track? And so the compound effect is the operating system. It's the software under you, right? Under your choices, under your behavior, under your habits, that if you change those choices and that acted on by behavior and then held over time habits, held over a consistent period of time, the transformation of your results are staggering. But the key question is how? How do you do that with all this bombardment of input and the environmental distractions that we're constantly bombarded with? And that's what the tools are provided for inside the Compound Effect. And then we put in a integration training program, a 6-week training program called Jumpstart, how to integrate them practically into your daily, weekly, monthly methods of operations so that you can really apply them to your unique life and lifestyle. This is a return back to the truth, and anybody in any circumstance right now can start changing their trajectory of their life right now, and it's not as difficult as it is as we're sold by commercial gimmickry on a day-over-day basis.
Hey, Mariana here again. Man, Darren was really fired up about the compound effect, wasn't he? I know that many of you watching have read the book before, but for those of you who haven't, Darren wants to invest in your growth as a valued member of our beloved Darren Daily community. So he wants to buy you a copy of The Compound Effect. To get your gift copy and take the first steps towards changing your path in life, just click the link below or go to thecompoundeffect.com. And I will see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everyone.